So people are like, why do they always start off so weird? Because there's a weird voice that comes in our head to say that this is being recorded, and I've never heard that before. So
yeah.
So again, the H&R Herb and Ragsdale brothers.
We just actually shook my head like agreeing with that, like.
So we're doing some NBA playoff talk. We just went through the Eastern Conference, and we're about to go on the West. And before we go into the West, I have to say, the camera adds like 10 pounds. I don't feel like I'm this fat, but okay. So
you're
anyway,
you're not that fat. It is the camera.
Wow. I don't know if you're on my side or not here. I don't know what to think. All right, so let's go into the Western Conference here.
All right.
The game where both teams are going to get eliminated is Memphis versus the Spurs. I'm picking Memphis, and then they'll lose to Golden State.
Right. I have the same ones.
And then I think the Lakers are going to beat Golden State.
Yep.
And then Golden State will beat Memphis, and that'll be our 7 and 8.
Yep.
So the 7 and 8 will be exactly what the 7 and 8 is on here. So no use in even having the play-in game.
Right. And I think,
did you see all the little shenanigans at the end of the year where everybody was trying to avoid having to play the Lakers? So people were like losing games they shouldn't.
Yeah, somebody. I heard Colin Cowherd mention that he said the Clippers were trying to avoid playing the Lakers. That's why they lost to the Thunder the other day or something.
Yes.
Like and I thought about it. I was like, when I saw they lost to the Thunder, I was like, how did they lose? But I realized they sat pretty much the entire team.
Ty Lue played point guard to start that game.
Probably did.
So that tells you a lot about how they. Yeah, he probably did. Probably did. He was like, whatever. So
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Clippers were trying to rest some of the players because their seeding was pretty much already confirmed. But if you think about it, they've got it. They don't have to play the Lakers to the finals now, and that's if they make it to the Western Conference Finals, because we know what happened last year.
Right.
So I have LA beating Phoenix in 5.
How do you feel if you're Phoenix? You had a great season. You were in the play for a number 1 seed. You slide to the number 2 seed. You're probably going to have the coach of the year. Chris Paul has done a great job. Booker is stepping up. And then you're like, lose the first round of 5 games.
Yeah, it's like, who are we playing for? The Lakers? Oh, God.
I know. Like, is your season a success still, or are you just upset?
I don't know. I think it's just a bad matchup for Phoenix. I don't think they have anybody on that team to guard LeBron or AD. And
yeah, but that's most of the NBA, though. That's
I know they have DeAndre, and I know they have DeAndre Ayton down low, but he's going to be matched up with Andre Drummond. So, and then they've got a nice little backcourt, but the Lakers play good enough defense to kind of keep that backcourt in check. Right. I mean, I don't see Chris Paul and Devin Booker averaging 30 points a game. So
no,
I think it's a really bad matchup for Phoenix. And I think I got to look the Lakers in 5. The only reason I didn't pick the Lakers in sweeping is because they don't have home court advantage.
Like that matters to the Lakers.
I mean,
Lakers are winning that series though. So I'm definitely Lakers there. I'm taking Portland over Denver. And that's another one. If they had Jamal Murray, I'd probably pick Denver. But, Dame is my favorite player. So I'm going to pick Portland. And, if I'm wrong, I'm just going to blame someone else. So.
Yeah. I can see that happening. I think I'm actually taking Portland too. I think Dame's going to be really, really hungry this year. Just like you said, without Jamal Murray, there's 25 to 30 points, 30 of their points gone. Right. I know Aaron Gordon was a good pickup. I think he was a better pickup defensively than he is offensively. I just don't think he's going to be able to contribute as much as he needs to.
He was good as like the third person and like Porter being the fourth person.
Right.
Versus like him now having to be like maybe the number 2.
Exactly.
I liked it better as that. I feel like that gave him a good amount of depth too and everything. So I liked.
And we don't know what Michael Porter Jr. is going to do either.
Yeah, he's very inconsistent. He's still coming along defensively. So.
Yep.
It reminds me of a young you.
Okay.
Nobody knows what I mean. All right. I'm picking the Clippers over Dallas, and I'm taking Utah over Golden State.
Same here.
Do you how realistic is Curry for MVP?
Very realistic.
Have you? Well, first, let me go. Did you watch any Golden State games down the stretch?
No.
Okay, so
I watched a lot of highlights.
I can't blame you, but there would be games I'd watch, and here was the play. Okay, Curry brings it down. He gives it to Draymond at the top of the key. Curry runs around everyone. Draymond holds the ball and stares at Curry and sees when he's going to get open. And that's the play. Give it back to Curry. Oh, Curry's not open. I'll give it to this random guy who we probably just met yesterday who's on this team. But he's going to give it back to me, and we're just going to run back to Curry and just see if Curry can get us there. So,
But
if there was ever any,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, is there ever a team that really didn't deserve to be in there? It was him. But Curry was
and
amazing.
I think that's the only reason I would give him consideration is because he's going to lead his team to the playoffs.
Right.
But at the beginning,
my wife's calling. Hold on a second. Yes, dear. She says I'm being too loud, so I got to bring it down. All right, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yeah, wow. Because at the beginning of the season, when we found out Klay Thompson got hurt again, I automatically said they're not going to make the playoffs. But I mean, Steph's had an unreal season. Unfortunately, they had to play the Lakers tomorrow. And in order for them to beat the Lakers, Steph would have to make 60 to 70 points. There's nobody else on that team that's a great scorer. Andrew Wiggins is inconsistent. Draymond's not really much of a scorer.
No.
Jordan Poole might have a decent game. I don't know, but
even Oubre is hurt, I think, right now too.
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, they had a good season with Curry. I would love to see them back next year with everybody hurt or with everybody healthy. But this year they're going out in the first round. I mean, it was a huge testament to Curry's abilities, but I think they're done against Utah.
Yeah, Utah just had a better overall team.
Oh yeah. I would love for Utah to make a conference finals because I really like Donovan Mitchell, but I just don't see a way to avoid the Clippers and Lakers.
I agree. I have the Clippers playing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. And you're going to take the Lakers, so I'll take the Clippers just because.
All right, I'm going to take the Lakers in 7. I'm going to take the Lakers in 7. I think the Clippers still have to prove themselves due to what happened to them last year. And I think just come down the stretch, the Lakers are going to have a little roster to roster. These teams look pretty much equal match. I mean, they have their 2 stars. We have our 2 stars. They've got a Zubac. What's his name? Zubac on Clippers, the big man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He actually matches up pretty good with Andre Drummond. Right. So I think it's going to be a good matchup. I'm just going to take the Lakers because I'm being biased and I'm a LeBron fan in 7, and I'll have them playing the Brooklyn Nets in the finals.
So if that matchup comes for the first time ever,
the Lakers and the Clippers?
Yeah, no, the Lakers and the Nets.
Okay.
I will be rooting for the Lakers.
Yes.
First time ever. I feel dirty even just saying it. Yeah. That's how much I don't like Brooklyn and what they.
But I think a lot of people share your mentality. A lot of people just don't want to see this stacked team to win. Another thing about Brooklyn that I was thinking about is how long are these 3 actually going to be together? Because I don't know the terms of everybody's contract, but with these 3, they're so volatile.
One of them could get mad. Yeah, I mean, somebody could get mad tomorrow and be done with this team. So you never know. KD has to be one of the most sensitive people I think I've ever met.
Yes.
You heard what he said about with Westbrook?
Who? KD?
KD had to name, I think, his top 5 favorite teammates ever.
Yeah, and he
Serge Ibaka was number 5. Yeah, I was like, dude.
Come on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So and he named Kyrie. I was like, y'all been playing together for like 5 minutes. So
yeah. How do you think Kyrie felt when he knew James Harden was coming?
I don't think he cared. Okay. I think Kyrie sometimes is just like whatever when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I think he always sees himself as an alpha. And then, right now he probably doesn't care. And next week he might be upset about it. Who knows? So
gotcha.
I think Brooklyn is basically trying to catch lightning in a bottle and get a championship and get out while they can. So I think that's what's going on. So you're taking the Lakers over Brooklyn. I'm going to take Milwaukee over the Clippers. Although I just don't think when I say it out lound, it sounds ridiculous.
Well,
nobody followed my bracket.
It'll be interesting for Milwaukee because I know Giannis resigned there, but like if they don't make it this year, eventually he's going to be thinking like it's not going to happen here in Milwaukee. Yeah. It's just the same with Dame Lillard in Portland. It's not going to happen in Portland with Dame Lillard. Yeah. As much as I like him, I'm a big Dame Lillard fan too. Eventually he's going to have to go somewhere else.
Right. Well, so in 2 different cases there. With Milwaukee, I don't feel like they ever got a true number 2 person. I still feel like Middleton and Holiday are good as like the 3rd best players.
Yeah, Middleton
like they got a good number 2. Yeah. And for Portland, it's the same thing. They've got 2 undersized guards, so that already makes it tough. They don't have a true number 3 because what is it, Nurkic or whatever his name is always hurt.
Nurkic is always hurt. Yes.
Yes, and so who's their 3rd best? You need something there. So I feel like they don't have what they need either. So I'd almost see what I could get from McCollum and continue to build around Dame. But
I don't
I
blame
think
you.
Portland is stuck in that spot of we're always going to be like a 3 to 6 seed in the West. So we can't just tank and blow it up,
Yeah,
but we're not good enough to win the whole thing.
they're a second round team at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I think the overlying theme of this year's finals or this year's playoffs is going to be health from all teams. Like, can LeBron stay healthy? Can AD stay healthy? Can everybody in Brooklyn stay healthy? How's everybody in Portland going to do? What is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George? What's going to happen there? So
right.
And I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we're talking about the playoffs, but like LeBron twists his ankle tomorrow, and that's
it's over.
It's
over.
And like you said, with all these teams.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I hope tomorrow night. I hope the Lakers kind of build a lead, and then they just take LeBron out for a while. I don't know how big the lead, 15, 20 points, but just let him sit for a while. Because
you would think LeBron went to Alabama or something.
Well, the thing is, if the Lakers win, they don't play till Sunday. But still, if he hurts his ankle again, I mean, me and you have played sports before. We've sprained our ankles and hurt our ankles before. That takes time, and you're going into the playoffs. It's going to be physical basketball, and now you're not being serious, and now I feel like you're just not taking it seriously.
I'm listening. Yeah, it is physical basketball. It's going to
be very physical basketball, and they're playing almost like every other day, so it's going to be tough.
Right.
And that's another reason why I'm glad the Lakers got Phoenix in the first round. If they can end that in 5, that Denver and Portland series
will probably drag out.
7. Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your time tonight. If I'm wrong on all my picks, I will just delete these videos and nobody will ever see them.
All right, bro.
All right. Well, I will catch you again. This is like the most we've ever gone without talking about Alabama. So
I think so.
SEC softball champs. So
yes, we are. I think we play Alabama State in the first round.
Right.
Yeah.
And Clemson, I think, is in our regional too. So
yes, they are. So good old Clemson, and it's in Tuscaloosa, I think, the regional, right? Yeah,
I think so. Yep. It shows what we know, but we're trying to.
I know.
Okay. We love our team.
Aren't you going to a game?
Yes, I will be there, broadcasting live from there.
Okay.
All right. And on that note, Rod, always good to talk to you, bro. We'll talk soon.
All right, roll tide.
Roll tide.